Testing, 1, 2, 3. That thing turn off? That's right, I have to set up to do the update titles. Video log, day 37, living in an apartment by myself near Austin, Texas. Motorcycle still needs to be fixed. I think I figured out how to make this GoPro work reliably. Seems like I need to start it up without the HDMI cable plugged in. Without the HDMI cable plugged in. And give it like a few seconds to start up. And then plug the HDMI cable in. And then I press the power button again. And that seems to do something. Not anything I ever had to do before, which was weird, but whatever. Technology is complete enigma. Anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs and perform a procedure on the motorcycle. Which I will describe in more detail once I'm down there. Gotta get this motorcycle back up and running. Not that I really need to go anywhere. My day-to-day. But it will open up a lot of opportunities for exploration in the area. Might do some off-roading at a place nearby. Some overnight camping somewhere. Get that whole system up and running again. So that's a high priority. High priority. Plus, I just love to ride my motorcycle recreationally. Take my headlamp. Bada bing. Okay. My backpack on. I think my other HDMI cable broke, which is a real pity. But I did have a backup one, which is surprising. So I think for now. Okay. Everything I want to take down there. I think I still have a screwdriver up here. I might as well leave it up here. Take this down with me just in case. All right. Got my current Yingling, and I got an extra one in the bag. Ooh, it's good out here. So Little League lights on. High priority to get the bike running. Person's watching the TV, so fucking around. Not enough table space down here. Pop that right out of there. Okay. Try to see if I'm still streaming. Need to track of that better. Last time I was down here, the stream crapped out like halfway through, and I thought I was streaming for like an hour. Feels like the loudest garage I've ever heard. I guess I'll pop this on. Now that's gonna sound on the audio. Yo, 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 testing. Test. Yo, 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 testing. It's actually not bad. All right. So, this is what I figured out from studying my manual a little bit earlier today. Light. So, at first I was thinking, for some reason, I thought that I would have to remove the balancer shafts, rods, from the other side of the bike. Right here and right here. Just to get those sprockets out. But after doing a little reading today, pretty sure all I have to do is take off these little circlips. And both these sprockets will come right off. Which means I won't have to touch the other side of the engine, which is awesome. And I'm extra glad that that's the case, because apparently if you want to get those balancers out, you have to remove this engine from the frame and like really take it apart. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm just going to pop these guys off and see if I can remove the sprockets and then set the timing chain correctly. And we figured out last time that the mark for the silver link for the crankshaft sprocket is on this sprocket that's closer to the end of the shaft here, where the timing chain, or the whatever this is, the valve timing chain, top end timing chain. It's on that one of these sprocket teeth, but it's the same timing. It's the same spot that the sprocket behind it is supposed to be for the silver link. So I bought these markers. Yeah, these bad boys right here. So yeah, there's a little tiny dot that you can see right here, which represents, on this closer sprocket, represents which sprocket tooth. This one back here is supposed to go into this singular silver link, which is right there. So that's pretty important to be able to identify. Got this nice little brass colored Sharpie. Let's see if I can mark that without having to spin it too much. It's this one right here. Let's see if I can wipe it off first. Yeah. Can see that pretty clearly. Brass color. That's the sprocket. Tooth. Okay. Now all we should have to do is pop these circlips off. Hopefully that's not too difficult. And then the only thing I should have to buy is a new rotor bolt, which I'm reluctant to do because I barely used it, but they say you have to replace it every time you remove it. So it makes sense because you're putting like 190 foot-pounds of torque on it. So I'll have to replace the rotor bolt. I want to replace this chain guard that broke that goes right here. Chain guide. So I'll go on eBay and look for one of those for cheap that's still in one piece. The rotor bolt I'll buy new, obviously. And then I just have to buy 2 gaskets, basically. One for this right here, and then one for this right here. And that should be everything I need. To put this baby back together. And while that's coming in the mail, I got some other stuff I can do. Might switch back to my old muffler. If I do, I'll repack it. I'll repack that muffler. If I decide to do that. And then also I'm going to change the brake discs on both wheels. So I've never done that for the front. I've had the same front wheel since I bought the bike. The back wheel's a different wheel. All right. So let's see what happens when I try to get these circlips off. I wonder. I don't think it tells you any kind of special technique in the manual. It just says remove them. Yeah. So I guess I'll just do what makes sense to me. Try to pop them off. Get some tweezers. Yeah, so. Some tweezers here. Two little holes. You can kind of put the tweezer teeth in here. I don't really know what. I guess I just lift it up and maybe I can get both of these teeth in there, pull apart. Ow! Move the circlips. Looks like I kind of want to come up on top of this. Okay, I see. There's a little notch they go in. I will have to replace these too. Come on. Come on. It's on there pretty good. Get a lot of stuff like this on motorcycles and other engines, I would imagine. Oh, it's popped up. Aha. Now this should just pop right off. Doesn't want to. It's the chain. Aha, look at that. There's a washer there. Boom. Oh, fuck. I have to be careful to... Oh, there's a mark on the shaft. Okay. So that should be really easy to tell if I fuck that up. Don't want to lose this. Real easy to lose stuff like that. Should have a little thing to put them in. Okie dokie. Now this one up here. Seems like pull it, push it apart a little bit, and then it comes up on the other side. Just kind of pry it. And see, that's come on, man. Wow. Okay. Come on. Come on. Well, and how I'm gonna get this back on. The fact that it wants to move around makes it a bit harder. And maybe grab the flathead screwdriver. Where's my flathead? There we go. So if it doesn't pop off and disappear, that would be disastrous. Come on. It'll go directly into my eyeball. That also sucks. That's still up on the ridge. Last time, I had to pull it apart and kind of push down, which was not easy. Really should replace circlips most of the time too. But these ones are like heavy duty. So they're probably good reusing them. The manual didn't say to replace them. Oh, fuck. Damaged that a little bit. Rubber part of this sprocket. Come on. Oh, man. It's a little bit pointier. I need like super pointy needle nose pliers. Ooh, almost. That do something? I think it may have. I think that came up out of its slot, but on the back side, it's not really what I need. And it's back in the slot. Okay. Yeah, you definitely gotta pull it apart. Maybe try kind of a different method here. There we go. That kind of worked. Oh, there we go. It's up on top. And I should be able to pump it out this direction, I think. Toward me. Man, this is tough. Yeah. Fucker. All right. Try that again, maybe a little bit. There we go. Yes. So now you're mine. Try to bleed forward a little bit. Okay. Now, pull this one off too. Boom. Oop. Washer goes on top of that. And a washer behind. Okay. Oh, wow. Some big ball bearings in there. And I can spin this freely now. Well, I think this might be more challenging than maybe I thought. But maybe not. Maybe it's super straightforward. Put this right here. Actually, first thing I want to do is make sure I don't lose anything. I don't think there's a washer that went the bottom one. I'm going to look at this chain for damage because it got jammed up against the side of the engine and gouged a big frickin' piece out of it right here. Apparently. Doesn't look like anything's messed up. So I got 2 silver links here, 2 silver links here, and 1 silver link here. Now, when this is at top dead center, oh, there's 2 marks. There's 2 marks on that guy. I need to look at the manual. Clean my hands with some water. A little bit. That's what that's on too. Okay. So. Here's the diagram. So this is important, I think. The thing that's a little confusing about this part right here, the crankshaft sprocket, it shows two marks on it. And also, this isn't the sprocket that is going into the big thick chain. This is the sprocket that's on the smaller chain, but it's lined up the same number of teeth. It's affixed in the same position as the bigger sprocket behind it. So, but there's only one mark, I think. Actually, there might be two. Okay, yeah, there's two. There is two. This thing's kind of hard to turn just by itself. So one of those marks is going to be on the top, and the other one is going to be on the bottom, at top dead center. Shit. I'm pretty sure when it's at top dead center, the Woodruff key is going to be pointing up. Now I can probably check for sure that it's at top dead center by taking this off here and looking at the valve cam lobes and seeing if they're pointing the correct directions for top dead center, which probably would be wise since I'm not super sure. Like, maybe it says something in here. See how it says. I guess I should read what it says to do. During assembly, the sprockets and weights must be properly aligned on their respective shafts. Figure 28. Okay, yeah, that should be easy to make sure of. In addition, the crankshaft and sprocket shaft assemblies must be aligned and engaged with the proper silver links of the balancer chain. Follow the procedure closely and check all alignments often as the balancer is assembled. During assembly, lubricate all components with engine oil. Refer to Figure 10 as needed. Yes, Figure 10. This right here. Okay, yeah, there's no washer that goes right here. There's two that go here, and the bigger one is behind, so that's good. This fucking thing's a big complex part. I guess it's not that bad. Not going to be touching the weights on this side of the engine because we're not pulling the shaft out. That's still secured on that side via another circlip. Okay. All right. Assemble the crankcase halves as described in crankcase in this chapter. Install the following components. Install the spacer on the left end of the front shaft. Install the washer on the rear shaft. Spacer on the... okay. Shaft's already in there. Position the crankshaft at top dead center. The alignment marks on the crankshaft sprocket should be parallel to the cylinder center line. So that's basically like parallel. So it's like, this is, I guess this is the cylinder center line. You're to draw a straight line through these heat sink fins straight down. Orient the balancer chain and identify the silver links. Figure 26. So if I'm going to orient it, if they have it, it'd be kind of like this. Silver links are pretty faded. Yeah, I was going to try to track of live. The silver links are used to position and synchronize the balancer shaft assemblies with the crankshaft. Silver links must face out when the chain is installed. Position and align the balancer chain on the sprockets as follows. Refer to figure 30 to verify proper installation. A. Identify the pair of silver links to the right of the single silver link. These links will be engaged with the rear sprocket. So I need to position the crankshaft at top dead center, first and foremost. Which I can kind of do by putting this thing back on and using the gear that has the mark. I think I'll do that. Do that right now. So, this thing right here. Or is it over here? Yeah, this guy has the top dead center mark on it. I just need my woodruff key. This thing's pretty important. This little guy right here. This little half circle thing. Allows you to put this on the crankshaft and spin it. So if I do that and I leave it on and then I put this back on and I look through the little peephole and I see the T, which is right here, a little T marked there. Little tiny T. Right there. If I see that, looking through the peephole, that means it's at top dead center. So, probably don't need to do all that, but doesn't hurt to check. This woodruff key needs to go in here, which unfortunately is pointing down right now, so it might just fall right out. No, it didn't. Okay, it's kind of in there. And I got to try to put this on perfectly. Slides in the slot. It's kind of sticking in there when I put it in. Okay. Try that again. Engage. Okay, that's in there. So now you want to turn it counterclockwise, which thankfully is a little bit easier this time. So apparently the mark is supposed to be the sprocket like right there, I guess. Assuming those things are aligned. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's aligned. So we can mark that link for this thing right here. I know we're good. This tooth down here is the one that's going in the silver sprocket. Or the silver link. And that is basically aligned. Maybe a little bit too far to the left. With the parallel to the motion of the piston. I think. Awesome. Okay. So now, let's continue reading. Position the crankshaft at top dead center. The alignment marks on the crankshaft sprocket should be parallel to the cylinder center line. about right. Now, identify the pair of silver links to the right of the single silver link, which is these. Identify the alignment tooth mark on the rear sprocket. The sprocket alignment tooth mark must be between the silver links. It's kind of weird because, oh, I see. Yeah, that should fit perfectly right there. If installed correctly, the shaft to sprocket alignment marks. Okay. Align and engage the rear sprocket alignment tooth mark with the chain, then install the sprocket onto the shaft. The sprocket alignment tooth mark must be between the silver links. If installed correctly, the shaft to sprocket alignment marks will also be aligned between the silver. Okay. Note, during chain routing and alignment with the crankshaft and front balancer shaft, the shafts may rotate slightly. As long as the chain remains seated in the alignment sprockets, overall alignment is not affected. Makes sense. Okay, so let's put it on the right part of the shaft here, which I can see is some dots right there. So, right there. Are there? Is that aligned? It's kind of hard to. Oh, it's because the chains. Oh. Bullseye. All right, that's back in the right spot. Now, route the chain under the. I'll warn myself again. Sip of Yingling. Route the chain under the crankshaft, engaging the single silver link with the alignment tooth mark on the crankshaft sprocket. Figure 32. You got it. Yeah, that's what it is. Right there. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What do I do now? How do I get it to stay there? Okay. If necessary, slowly rotate the crankshaft and balancer shaft into the top dead center position. Did I miss something? What about the other one? Okay, the front sprocket alignment tooth mark with the chain. That's 32. Okay, route the chain under the crankshaft, engaging a single silver link. Align and engage the front sprocket alignment tooth mark with the chain. All right, so that's going to need to be like one motion probably. This, okay, yeah, not just. So here's the mark right there. This goes in here, like so, right in between those two. And it needs to go onto here perfectly. And you know what? I can twist this a little bit, probably. Yeah, that's a little bit confusing. So it says to do the middle one first. How the shit is this going to work? I'll pull this out a little bit. Yeah, I can. All right. Is that on there right? Am I forgetting? Yeah, I'm forgetting a wash. Nope. It just goes right on. It's on there. And I aligned it correctly. So I think that's good. Now this just needs to go on the correct tooth on the middle one. And we're good. Right there. That's right, right? Yeah, right there. All right. Oh, must have slipped off a little bit. Come on. Let's pop that off. That stays right there. Keep it taut. Okay. That's good. I think we're good. All right, back in action. So, push this back a bit. Got to install the tensioner sprocket. It's back here so I don't forget. All right, the engine is back, balanced the way it should be. Can't believe that happened. Crazy freaking design flaw. I mean, I guess could have been because I let the engine overheat one too many times, or ran out of oil at some point. Still, it's pretty bad when something like that breaks. All right, what's next? Install the balancer chain tensioner assembly. Wait a minute. If necessary, slowly rotate the crankshaft and balancer shafts back into the top dead center position. Check that all sprocket alignments are correct. If necessary, reposition any sprockets that are not aligned at top dead center. Install the washer with a new snap ring. Okay, so they tell me to replace the snap rings. I guess I'll buy some of those. Install a new snap ring onto the front balancer shaft. Install the snap ring with the sharp edge facing in. Engage the cam chain with the crankshaft sprocket. Then route the chain toward the top of the engine. Use wire to secure the chain and minimize slack. What did it say? The cam chain? Talking about this thing right here, which I never took off, so it's not a problem. Apply thread lock, tighten the bolts, install the lower cam chain guide and balancer chain guides. Check that the shouldered spacer seats in the cam chain guide. The guide should pivot on the spacer. Install the lower cam chain guide and balancer chain guide. So note the following. Check that the shouldered spacer seats in the cam chain guide. The guide should pivot on the spacer. Lower cam chain guide and balancer chain guides. Cam chain guide. Balancer chain guide. Cam chain guide. Okay, that's the one I took out. All right. Do I need to install that before I put the tensioner back in? Maybe. This actually has 2 bolts. Here's the tensioner. It said put it. I would like to put this in here too because it's going to stop it from getting out of place. I know what they meant by pivoting. Ah! Oh, the Woodruff key. It's not. Lose that. Boom. Just gonna be in the right spot. It's hard to tell. I think so. Good pulling it off. I might be able to install the tensioner tonight. And I'll go upstairs and order the stuff I know I need. And wait for it to arrive. And I got plenty of stuff to do in the meantime on this bike. Okay. Hopefully, I don't need to install the chain guide here before I do the tensioner. I don't think I would have to. Maybe I would. So I don't really need to install the tensioner yet. I can do it in the proper order. Chain tensioner sprockets. So, next up is a part of being a mechanic that is a do-it-yourself mechanic without any parts on hand. One of the main skills of being that is going on eBay and finding the parts you need, or going on some part website and actually purchasing the right part. This manual here doesn't give you any part numbers, but if you select your motorcycle on one of these websites, it will give you a big exploded diagram of all the parts, and you can find it on the schematic. And you can get the part number from there. And then once you have the part number, it's pretty safe that you're going to get the part you need. As long as you order the right part number, which sometimes I don't. Because I got one little part of it off. It was the model of my bike a few years earlier or something. So you got to be careful with that. And eBay is a really good place to buy engine parts, automobile, motorcycle parts. Like the chain guide. I'm not going to buy the chain guide new probably. I'm going to buy it off eBay at a super discounted rate probably. Everything else I have to buy new. I have to get a new rotor bolt. I have to get the new circlips. And obviously I need new gaskets because the gaskets are made out of paper. They deteriorate when you take them off like this. Though I barely use that. Still like a really good gasket. It's just and then this gasket here as well. This one I could probably reuse. I could honestly probably reuse everything I have and be fine. And maybe I should. Maybe I'm being overly prudent with obeying the manual. But I don't know. I could reuse this gasket, I think. But this one got kind of messed up near the spot over here. Yeah, and I'm actually missing a big piece of it. So, I'm gonna buy it, new ones. And if I have to wait for the gaskets, I might as well follow the manual and buy a new circlip. And I definitely should replace the chain guard, I think. It's kind of stupid to not do that if I can. And I have the money, so just not something I could save for most of my life. Most of my years owning this bike. All right. Good session today. Problem solved, pretty much. It would appear. We're going to find out once I start this baby back up. Which hopefully won't take much longer. I'll be back on this motorcycle by the end of the month. Eventually. That would be a good result. Now, go upstairs, order those parts, and probably do some more programming. Before I make a Red Baron pizza and watch the latest SSL StarCraft Pro StarCraft Brood War player tournament video. Rush versus, what's the other guy's name? Flash? Something like that. Because I love that shit. Alrighty. These guys are playing for big money. Lots of Korean whatever the hell they exchange over there. nice night out. I kind of wish it's somewhere to walk to or something. What time is it? 10:50. Didn't open my other Yingling. What? Back upstairs we go. Let's turn off.
Power off.
Glad I waited to order the stuff I thought I needed because I wasn't going to order those circlips, but it doesn't surprise me that they said to replace them. Thought I could get away with not buying those. Okay, anything else? This stays plugged in. Wire's nowhere near long enough. Okey-doke. There's the garage. I like to turn off. Bada boom. I'm a little bit concerned about how last time I tried to run the bike, the balancer's all screwed up and out of position. I can't believe I didn't think that that might have happened. I know nothing about the balancer system, and I just it's like, okay, the tensioner's back on there, everything's good, right? Didn't occur to me that maybe they got out of sync while the chain was all loose, which is exactly what happened. I'm actually not a good mechanic. I've made every mistake possible, it seems. Every time I tried to fix something on this bike. Every time I try to do something new, I do it wrong first. But maybe I'll start to get a little bit better sense of the correct thing to do is before doing the wrong thing. And we're back. Back at the command center. Recently moved my desk and computers out here in the living room, which I like a lot better than it being in the bedroom. Okay, that's it for now. Forever immortalized on the internet. But I need to keep, or not. I just leave it. Like, this is stupid.